Welcome everybody, hope you guys are having an awesome day and welcome to today's flight. Today we're going to do a full flight in the beautiful PMDG 777-300ER, doing a full flight from Abu Dhabi all the way to Sydney. We've flight them off roughly 14 hours, so let's not waste any more time on the ground. Let's get the aircraft going and let's get in the air. Alright, so let's get the aircraft power up. So battery on, ground powers, both connected. Please connect. Alright, ADRU on. Just as a medical position on, cabin passenger utilities, bolt select on, all generators can come online. Let's just turn off the master button so we can see. Watch recorder on, munch light select to the arm position, window heat select on, hydraulic pumps all off, seatbelt sign select on, cargo fire or and fire test in general, great. Engine mode EEC, normal, engine start mode normal and auto start on, fuel dumping off and disarm, fuel pumps all off. Anti-ice off, navigation logo light can come on. Circulation fan and all packs can come and bleed can come online. Transponder set to 2000 and Unicom is set. Let's import the route from SimBrief. And wrong page, go to U and precise loading. Could quickly bring up the load sheet on my second monitor. Let us now see. Import the weight. So we are going to carry 129,746, that is correct. And we can bring an additional 10 tons, so let's do that. So 1, 3, 9, correct. 1, 3, 9, 746. And we are almost at max fuel capacity, but we should be good for departure. And passenger number today is going to be 325, and that is correct. Alright, over to performance, departing runway 13 right, import the weights, weather, and calculate. Wrong button, 329713. Alright, flaps 5 okay. And TO
meters.
So toggle just for departure. Alright, so we are currently at Abu Dhabi International Airport, gate 614. Let's get that put in there. Alright, request the route from SimBrief. Going to get a little bit of time before it can be loaded fully in. Alright, aircraft is waking up from the dark. Alright, so let's do more preparation. So auto brake select to the RTO position. Boarding can be requested. Doors can be closed. Disarm all. Close and close. Alright, load the route. So, alright, activate route 13 right, going to be our departure. And let me see here. Departure going to be the Canny. Let's see, Canny 3. Let me just confirm. 3 Golf departure. Alright, let's see. Zero fuel weight going to be 203.9. That's correct. Zero fuel weight. What's that? And let's see. Initial climb, flight level 290. Correct. Reserves. 17.8. Since we add an extra 10 tons of fuel. Nothing to change here. Flaps 5. Center of gravity at 24.9. Winds at Abu Dhabi, let me just quickly get those from 130 at 07. And let us now see. Temperature and nice and easy 40 degrees Celsius, quite hot. And departure rate going to be 343.4. And let me just see. Performance tab, so 177, 187 and 191. APU can be started. Alright, we are almost fully boarded, so let's get the aircraft prepared for pushback. So 91. Got to put the flight directors on. So you and you. So 191 set, initial climb flight level 290, and we can set the heading to 313. Let's see, 26, I believe it is. It's 26. Alright, RTO is set. Good. So APU is powered, disconnect the ground power. One more passenger to go, and then we are fully booked. So let's get the aircraft with some hydraulic pumps, fuel pumps. And let's see, pushback. So let's see. And let's go back to the EFB, ground operations. And close all the doors. Ground connections, release the ground trucks. Sorry. Ground power and trucks removed. Right, data closing. And let's see, we're going to be facing east. Right. Park brake off. After that, number 2 is pulling up. Alright, 25 and fuel. Alright, spooling up number 1. And we have rotation. And 24 to fuel. Both engines are up and running, so starters are disconnected, packs are great, APU off, anti-ice select to the auto position, got the big wrap, but that's on now. Flaps, select to position 5, transponder is off and will stay off. Right parking brake set, let's go to the flight control page. So, full left, full right, full up, full down, rather left, rather right. Let's set the trim to 5.75. So there are a lot of trim up. Alright, trim 5.75 is set. Checklist. Always forget to do the physical checklist part, but alright, before start checklist, and let's see, it should be so. Before taxi, anti-ice, automatic, recall is just TCAS, that's been checked. Flight controls are great, ground equipment will be clear, and QNH.
Abu Dhabi traffic, 6 Delta, 72,
0995.
Kilo 5, Bravo, Alpha 1.
Alright, ground equipment has been cleared, blank you out. And you, data and position. Alright, she's moving, flaps is set. Ground equipment is clear. Taxi light select on. Three, two, one. Parking brake off, and we are moving. Abu Dhabi traffic, Etihad 454 entering runway 13 right. So you, and let's get the lights transponder on. Alright, weather radar on you, terrain radar on my first officer side. And I'm going to use toggle thrust for this departure, since we are extremely heavy at almost at the maximum takeoff weight.
Approaching 13 right.
Confirm to be the correct runway.
On runway 13 right.
Thrust. Stable, and let's go.
Airspeed's alive.
Check.
Knots.
Check.
V1.
Rotate. V2. Positive rate of climb.
You're up. So 1500 feet. Thousand feet passing right through there. Autopilot on. Alright, flaps to 1.
Abu Dhabi traffic, yeah, 6 1 delta, line up to left. Back to the
So we are now at climb power. Flaps 1 is set. So let's get the nose lights off. Traffic, Etihad 454, clear off runway 13 right. Alright, 3000 feet. Alright, so let's see. Everything else set, flaps must stay as is till we get to 10,000 feet, so we'll just continue to monitor the climb, see when we are descending to Sydney. 11,700 feet. $11,500 feet. So, speed aircraft prepared for our landing into runway 34 left. Correction. Double check. 34 left is correct, yes. 34 left. Report the weight and weather. So let's see. We're going to land with good amount. So let's take auto brakes to 1. Good enough for me. Perhaps 30 auto brake 1 and 148 for that. So 30 at 148 knots. Auto brake 1. And we are there. So speed brakes are down. Just have to reduce our speed. That's the reason. QNH 1006 landing lights are on, as you might see. And let me just quickly get the heading for the runway. Let us see. Let's see. 335 degrees from the north. So right there. 8,000 feet is set. And let's see. 3,000 feet is a final altitude. Alright, speed brakes are down, flaps way too early to be in again now. I'm not going to be with them around here. ILS frequency. Select to 110.10. Correct. And course is also correct. Transponder is confirmed. Unicom is set. Let's select the minimums, which is going to be a whopping 220 feet barometric. Alright, Sydney started coming into view. Nice. And looks like we have Sydney ground. So let's quickly put that in. 12170. Set to 80s as well, just in case. Select frequency 1, that's 855550. Closing in on the airport, so let's get the lights on. Oh, sorry, nose lights on. Alright, we have runway in sight. Alright, flaps 5. Let's see, we have slats and flaps should be moving any second. Alright. Flaps is moving, speed is being reduced. Right, speed to 200 knots. Right, should be starting our final turn. Right there, so approach mode can be armed, localizer already been captured. Sydney traffic Etihad 454, roughly 11 miles out, 34 left. Alright, speed to 200 knots been reached. And as we'll be at 10 miles, speed down to 180 knots, 160 at 6 miles, and then final speed at 100. Final speed at 148 knots at 4 miles out of the runway. Right, glide slope. right there. Speed to 180 knots. Gear down. QNH 1006. Alright, nose gear is down. Alright, gear down. 3 green.
2500.
Laps 15. And flaps 20. And then speed to 160 knots. Just so you can get those on really stabilized before our approach. Approach, but our landing, I mean. Right. Flaps full. Speed brake can be armed. Lights are all set. Seatbelt signs are great. Nothing else. Great. So let's do a check of the wings. Slats are great. Flaps are moving. Right flaps is set to 30. Gear down to lead. Speed brake is armed. Auto brake arm to RTO. Sorry, auto brake 1 is armed. 1000 feet, manual speed. As per usual. Since we have a clear runway has been inside for quite a long time. So we're at A380 at 6000 feet. Sydney traffic, Etihad 454, 4 miles south, 34 left. Right, speed to 148. Below 1000 feet, I have control.
Approaching 3, 4, left.
Confirm, correct runway is being landed. Switching view. Now doing the full visual mode. Just a checklist warning, and on what we have completed that, just not in the system. Right, I have manual control of speed.
50. 30. 10.
On the ground, reversers deployed, speed brakes are out. Auto brake, braking. High speed, no brake. Sydney traffic Etihad 454, clear off runway 34 left. Alright, on the ground, flaps up, speed brake down. Sydney traffic Etihad 454, crossing runway
Approaching
06,
runway.
07. Alright, let's take the strobe light. Sorry. Right near the cross the runway. Alright, nose light off, strobe light off, wing light off, APU select to the start, and we'll stop. Alright, coming in, stand to, Sorry, coming into stand 25. Right, stand 25, going straight in here. Right, looks like I overshot it slightly. Right, parking brake set, APU is running. Both engines select off. Fuel pumps off, and let's see, hydraulic pumps can come off. Let's see, window heat stay, seatbelt signs off, packs can stay as is, beacon light can come off, anti-ice can come to the off position.
Telegram good day, velocity 866 for Melbourne.
Right, the
request
jetway and deboarding. Welcome to Sydney, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this flight. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, check my channel page for more, or check my places for the binge more following all videos. Other than that, I will see you next video. Fly over out, have an awesome day, and goodbye.